Hi and welcome to Literary Hype. I am Stephanie, your Literary Hype Woman, and it is now December 1st. Not sure how that happened, but here we are, which means it is time for another round of the Hype TBR game, and this will be the last one for 2024, which means I'm also looking at my goals for the year and going, I have some work to do. I have a lot of work to do. So before I get into the rolling for December, we have to take a look at how I did in November, as much as it pains me to say that and to show you this. Here we go. Okay. I know I did really bad on the keeping up with my actual picks, but it's kind of not my fault because the interview schedule for YALLFest changed a zillion and a half times. Things I thought I was gonna get, I didn't get. Things I thought I wasn't going to get, I got. And some things I thought I was gonna get, then didn't think I was gonna get and gave up on them, ended up getting. So, YALLFest was really crazy this year. And that brought another special project that I have not yet announced, so be on the lookout for that whenever I can really talk more about what I got to do at YALLFest. So yeah, I got a little diverted from the actual TBR list, and my apologies for that if you bet high on me this month. Sorry, I don't know what else to say other than I'm sorry I failed. I will say that one of the goals that I am furthest behind on is the nonfiction goal, so you might see a little bit more nonfiction in my picks this time. Whenever I can squeeze in a nonfiction, I'm probably gonna do that because my goal was 20 and I'm at 7. Oops. Also, my goal of reading 5 of Namjoon's picks from BTS, we're at 1, so I've got some work to do in December. Now it's time to get rolling for December. It is time to play the last round of 2024's Hype TBR game. Since I'm behind on some goals, we're gonna do something crazy and roll the D20 for how many books I'm gonna try to read. R.I.P. me. And it still only landed on a 10. That's not bad. Time to bring out Daenerys. And then we roll for the first roll, and we have another 10. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A microphone. An author you want to interview. Roll number 1 gave me an author that I want to interview, and so for that I'm selecting Beyond the Throne by Christian Nairn. I have not been quiet about wanting to interview him. I have sent many emails and gotten a lot of them bounced back, which makes me really wonder what's going on behind the scenes. But I would still love to interview Christian Nairn about this book, and I would like to read this book. So if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, this one might be entertaining to you. Roll number 2 is an 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Another microphone. A favorite author. Roll number 2 gave me a favorite author, and if you've been around here, you probably already know who I'm gonna pick because they have a book coming out very soon, and that is Tessa Bailey. This one is Dream Girl Drama. This is book 3 in the Big Shot series, so we've got another hockey player. We went from golf to hockey, and I believe 4 and 5 she has planned as hockey as well. Hopefully that plan still stands, but I love Tessa. I'm really enjoying her dabbling in the sports romance world, so I definitely want to dive into Dream Girl Drama. Roll number 3 is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, all the microphones. Something you own but haven't read. Well, that doesn't narrow it down. Roll number 3 gave me a book I own but haven't read yet. For that, I am selecting a nonfiction title to help with making it not look like I failed my nonfiction goal like horribly. I'd like to at least make it close. So for that I'm selecting I Used to Like You Until, about how binary thinking divides us by Kat Timpf. You know, it seems like an appropriate book for the world at large right now. And also it's pretty short. And for as many books as I'm going to try to squeeze into December, I would like short. Thank you. Roll number 4 of December is a 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. A speaker. A sequel. Roll number 4 gave me a sequel. And for that, I'm kind of selecting a couple books just to cover my bases because there's a lot of sequels that I would like to read. Number 1 being The Monsoon Rising. No, I've not read book 1 yet, but my good friends at Avon sent me this, and it comes out in December, and so I would like to get to that. But also, in the way of sequels that I have not read that I would like to get to, Apprentice to the Villain with the Pretty Purple Pages by Hannah Nicole Mayer, and Vilest Things by Chloe Gong, which is still on my shelf. I didn't take it down. It's kind of buried right now, so I didn't want to risk having everything collapse on me right before I film, but I will be getting that down because I do want to read it. So maybe this is cheating. I don't know. But I'm giving myself options. My TBR is so long, guys. I'm drowning. Roll number 5 is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another speaker. Fiction. Again, that doesn't narrow it down. Roll number 5 gave me fiction, which I have lots of fiction that I do want to read, so it's quite a broad subject. Very broad, very broad when it comes to fiction up there. So for fiction, I'm selecting one off of my 10 before the end little video that I posted on Instagram of 10 books that I want to read by the end of the year, and so one of those is A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I did get an e-arc of this book, and so I started it and then I got distracted and I haven't finished it, and it's haunting my NetGalley percentage, and I would like to fix that. December is also about fixing my NetGalley percentage. There are a few of those. Help! Roll number 6 is a 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, here we go. Add 2 rolls. I was afraid of that. But that doesn't give me a book. So we were trying again for roll number 6. That's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spotlight. A yellow spine. Roll number 6 gave me a book with a yellow spine, and for that I am selecting The Con Queen of Hollywood by Scott C. Johnson. Yes, this has been on my TBR before, but again, it's nonfiction and it's short, and I need to get some nonfiction titles knocked off the list. This is about a true story of someone who kind of did some scheming in Hollywood, and it's apparently very well written. It's engrossing as anything written by Agatha Christie, as unsettling as a novel by Stephen King, and reported with vigorous empathy that leaves Truman Capote in the dust. So, a very high praise on this. I read that last time. It sounds interesting. I like the story, what happened. So I do want to read this, so hopefully another short book to help me get closer to that nonfiction goal. Roll number 7 is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another spotlight. It's very weird that it's going in like the same ones. Black cover. Roll number 7 gave me black cover, and for that I'm selecting The Last Wish by Alana Kay. This is written by one of my friends who I worked with in Nashville. and she sent me this to check out, and I told her I would get to it by the end of the year, and here we are. It's almost the end of the year, and I have not started it yet. So I would like to keep the promise to my friend and read this, so I'm putting it in my TBR game to help keep me accountable to reading it by the end of the year. Fingers crossed. When she told me about this book, she said it is a paranormal white shoes romance, and her mother is horrified, so therefore I am quite excited for this because I want to know what horrified her mother the most. Roll number 8 is 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And another overhyped card. Please be kind. No doubling up. Not kind. And that doesn't have a book with it, so trying again. 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Microphone. A one-word title. Roll 8. And so for that, I started out with a no doubling up, which is awful when you're trying to read this many books. But it's also a good thing because then it forces me to put more books on the list to try to actually meet some of these goals. So I don't know how I feel about it. But anyway, and then the roll to get me a book landed on a one-word title. And so for that, I'm selecting Serendipity by Becky Charlson. She's a friend of the show. She's delightful. And yes, this is a beach read, and I meant to read this a long time ago. Really, December is all about trying to catch up on all the books I said I was going to read in 2024. So I can like enter 2025 with a clean slate, or as clean of a slate as possible. Roll number 9. It's a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A friend's recommendation. Roll number 9 is a friend's recommendation, and for that I am selecting Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. It is not just one person that has told me to read this, it is many people, and you know, considering my job, I should probably read it. So this book is turning 30 years old in 2025, so now's a good time to read it and see why it's still so popular all these years later. Roll number 10 is a 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. First in a series you haven't read. Roll number 10 is a first in series, and so if you saw earlier in the video where I picked A Monsoon Rising, that is a sequel, and I have not read the first one too, so I should probably read the first one. So my goal is to read Hurricane Wars in December, so then I can read the second book and get things on time and keep everything running nice and smooth around here. I know very little about this series other than it's Raylo and that it is beloved by a lot of authors that I do love, so that seems like a good enough reason to me to read it. And because the cards were not nice to me, that was not the last roll, so now we have an 11th and a 12th roll. But for 11, we have an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Random. A library find. Roll number 11 is a library find, and I just so happen to have just returned from the library, so this is perfect timing for that card to come up. So for that I am selecting Dark Moon Volume 2. This is a graphic novel that is influenced by the K-pop band Hypen and is put out by their label Hype as well as Webtoon. It is a boarding school vampires story. Secret vampires at a boarding school. So the first volume went by really quick. It's pretty cute and simple, but you know, it's a little fun, little brain break amongst all the nonfiction that I'm about to try to read. It's The Dark Moon Volume 2. And now for roll number 12, which will hopefully be the last roll. We have a 1. Oh god. Of course. Add 1 roll. But that didn't give me a book for number 12, so we gotta roll again for 12, and that is a 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Another random. Random list roll. In case you're new to this game, before I start it, I make a list of random rolls. This time I did a 12-part roll because there's a lot of books I need to finish before the end of the year. So D12. So D12 gives me an 11. So 1 year ago in Spain. Just when I thought I was almost done. No, the dice are like, haha, you can have some more. You can have some more. Thank you. But after that +1, I landed on a random roll, and I already had the random roll list ready to go, but this time I did 12. And so of that, it landed on number 11, which is 1 Year Ago in Spain by Evelyn Skye. This is another one that's been on my TBR game a few times as I try to get to it. I love Evelyn, and her books that I have read I've enjoyed, so I do want to get to this. So hopefully I'll get to it in December. Roll number 13, which will hopefully be the last roll, is a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3.5 to 4.4 star average on Goodreads. And for roll number 13, we have a book that is rated a 3.5 to 4.4 stars on Goodreads for its average. For that, I am selecting So Fetch, which is the behind-the-scenes story of the making of Mean Girls. In case you have not figured it out, I do love Mean Girls quite a bit, as is evidenced by my interview with Jonathan Bennett, where I was geeking out the whole time. And when he signed my book saying, "You are a fugly slut," I think I died and went to heaven. And there's really nothing better for a redheaded homeschooler of that time period than for the actual Aaron Samuels to call you a fugly slut. I don't think there is. So clearly I love Mean Girls and want to learn more about what it was like making that movie. So that's all for the TBR game. My actual TBR, it's much longer. There are so many books. I am literally surrounded by books right now. They're in front of me, beside me, on the floor, behind me, everywhere. So I want to get as many done as possible so I can enter 2025 with as clean of a slate on my ARC list as I can possibly get to. I do already have a pretty healthy stack of 2025 ARCs that are already scaring me just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's fine. They're intimidating, but it's fine. We're gonna be okay. As always, don't forget to make your predictions for how many points you think I will score in the month of December. Whoever gets it right will win a prize. I am about to send out a package to someone who won 3, actually more than 3, I'm giving more than 3, books from my Instagram. So I do follow through when I have a winner. And I really want to give away some of these books. The pile of books to give away is pretty big. So make sure you are casting your bets on how many points you think I'm going to get in the comments. And if you want to check out any of these books for yourself, the links to do so are in the description for you. And while you're down that side of the video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Literary Hype YouTube channel, click that little bell so you get notifications whenever I post a new video, and share it with a friend. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the new year.